Well, I forgot to take them out,
I'm
but
gonna
however,
I'm gonna say this is
how,
ghetto.
however, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and
This is Jamar 84. This is a mess.
we're here for listen. We're here for another episode of the Prelude. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, you know what I've been going through, and you still got me up here doing this. See, I told you. I
And you
told you we should have waited
welcome.
another day. However, child, I want to talk about how ghetto it is. You go ahead and you do the introduction here.
So tonight we are joined by the Come Up ATL's own Mulan, hairstylist, beautician, all around sickening bitch. So he's already here, so I don't have to do the whole razzle dazzle of bringing her up here. So welcome, Mulan.
Thank you. When it came out, I was like, wait, am I supposed to be up here? Did I do something wrong?
Nah,
I was
you
like,
didn't. I did.
it's fine. This is episode 60, by the way. This is 60
Episode.
whole episodes of this program. So, hey, look, that's a milestone. I think a sick thing. Thank you so much again, Milan, for being here.
Oh, thank you for having
So,
me.
oh yeah, absolutely. So we've given you like our little brief, intro, but we want to hear from your words. Tell us who you are, what it is that you
Okay.
do, and an interesting fact about yourself that the audience may not know.
Okay, so I go by Mulan. I am from a small town of Prince, Mississippi. I am 25 years old. I am a hairstylist. I've been doing hair since I was in like the eighth, ninth grade is when I started doing hair. And something that I'm very passionate about. So that's my only job that I've ever had because that's all I've ever wanted to do. I don't really see myself doing anything else. I have been on the Come Up Atlanta for 2 seasons now, going on three. Catch that. It's been very up and down, but I love doing the show. I love Karan, and I'm always grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the show. And you said a fun fact about me that no one would know.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm pretty open. Like people know stuff about me. So if it's any more facts, they probably need to be like, not said out loud.
Oh. Oh, okay. Because people who have like that fun fact, like I can bend my head behind my ear, something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
I just feel like, this might not be the time and the place for that.
I mean, we accept any and all facts. Like this is a safe space.
Well, I mean, fun fact, I am very flexible. If since you said it, because I was a dance major. I was in school when I was in school. My major was dance, so I'm very flexible.
Okay.
Y'all in the chat. Y'all keep that in mind when y'all getting into Milan's DMs.
Oh,
I'm just saying. So, you said you've been doing hair since you were like in the eighth grade. So, I mean, what was
yeah.
it that kind of introduced you to hair initially? Like, what was it that drew you to it?
Honestly, I do not know where the love for hair came from. I just kind of started doing it, like playing around with my aunt's hair. I used to like play in my grandma's wigs, and she still gets mad at me about it to this day. Like I used to cut her old wigs up and everything. So, my friend that stayed up the road from me, I used to practice on her. So that's when I really started getting into like perfecting my craft. But as far as how I got into hair, I honestly don't know where the passion for it came from, but I love it.
All right, that's good. I've seen some of your stuff, and I said, all right, I'm gonna have to get me a little piece.
Oh yeah, come on, get you
Um,
a piece.
do you have your own wig line?
I do. So I have my own hair company. It's called houseofmalone.com. And it's going on. I think I started my hair company right when I started filming the show, my first season on the Come Up Atlanta. So
Mhm.
it's going on 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in October that my hair company has been out. So I specialize in extensions, wigs, lace fronts, all those type of things.
Oh, okay. She got her whole little business. I like to see our
I
girls out here doing the
do.
entrepreneur. I love to see it. I
Look, it's
forget the come up girls are very young. So y'all
yeah.
are doing a lot at a young
I think
age,
we're
which
like
is
one of the younger groups, like as far as like the web series goes. I think we are like one of the
Yeah.
younger groups.
yeah, exactly. Would you ever see yourself venturing out into makeup? Because I know you like to do your own face sometimes. Like, do you ever do anybody else's or
I don't do mine. Who told you
oh
that?
well
Ah!
I
Let me tell you something. Me and makeup would be so bad because it's just too much. It's too many brushes, too many shades. Like I can't do that. So I have a makeup artist. I'm gonna pay her to do it. I will never do my own face. I may learn how to do like a basic natural face just in case it's like, oh, I want to do a wig look and I don't have time to go to the shop to get my face done. But other than that, I'm not doing no makeup. It's too much. I can't do it.
That's how I feel about hair because I'm a makeup girl.
I love hair. The hair is so much more easier than doing makeup. Like matching
Child.
shades and if they have like dark spots and like color correction and stuff like that, I don't. It's too much. I can't do
Y'all
it.
got the A, B, Kekalon, Yemi, Remy, all the rest
That's
of them
braiding
boxes.
hair though. I don't
Girl,
use no. No, I don't
and
use no
I don't know what
synthetic hair
that
on my
is either.
clients.
See,
Braided hair. I'll
I don't
use
know none
any
of
of
that.
that.
Look, I don't know none of it. I'm just saying that's a whole different world.
All right, so since you're like into hair and stuff like that, would you ever be interested in like opening up your own salon?
I have always said that I don't really necessarily want my own salon. If anything, I don't know if you know what they are. They're called salon suites, where it's like
Mhm.
basically everybody has their own room within a big space. So it's like people
Oh
get
yeah.
like um like an old shoe store or something. You put like 12 rooms in there and everybody has their own room. I would prefer to do that versus running like the traditional salon style space because you have to be there to run a salon like that. I don't want to have to be there. Do what you want to do, run your own business, come when you want to come. It's on you. Your clients are your clients. And I just make sure the building not falling down and I'm good. I feel like that would be like passive income once I get it fulled up, filled up, and everybody's in there working. I would do that. I would never open up my own salon. I don't even think I would open up a hair store. I have no interest in doing certain things because I don't want to be tied to a certain spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
'Cause it does take maintenance.
Yeah,
It
and then
does.
this is like insurance. People like want to try to rob. It just be so much going on. Like, cause I have people like friends that are in the hair industry that have like stores and locations, and it just be so much other stuff that people don't get to see. And I'm just like, is that something that I really want to deal with? And I don't think that it is. So might have to pass on that one. I think online is my best bet. I don't feel like I want a brick and mortar.
Well, that's fair.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, besides being into wigs and beauty, are there any other like industries or ventures that you would want to tap into besides the beauty industry?
Well, for a while, when we were on the break from the show, I was into network marketing. I was selling like detox teas and multivitamins and things like that because it's kind of like close to what I was doing, like advertising it and selling it, kind of like how advertise hair, sell hair. So it was kind of hand in hand. Then that was when I was working out heavy. I was going to the gym every day. I was running 4 miles a day. So it was like it was easy for me to promote it and say, hey, this is what I'm doing to lose weight to get in shape. But it's just like it fell off. So I haven't done it. So other than that, no. I probably would do something like in a dance because when I was in high school, I wanted to be over like a high school dance team or a college dance team. So that's something I could see myself doing. But other than those two things, absolutely nothing. I cannot. Like I've even like applied for real jobs before, like a clock in job, and I never get called back or hired. So I just felt like that was my sign from the Lord that it was not meant to be, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine.
It's you and Dion are just like tunnel
That's my
vision. This
friend.
is what
Well,
I do.
yeah, this is what I
I
do,
will
and this
do
is my
this
lane,
and
and
this
I
only.
understand it. Yes,
Exactly.
that's my lane, and I want to stick
Exactly.
to it.
Exactly. So how were you introduced to the come up? Cause I remember watching the show. Like I said to Dion last night when he was up
Mhm.
here. I've been watching Gemini films from the very beginning. And I remember when you came on the show, and I remember you saying you were from Mississippi, just like I'm from Mississippi.
Mhm.
So, um, how were you introduced to the come up? How did you get become a part of the show?
So I don't know if Corey Knott. You ever heard of Corey Knott? He does like the scripted shows. It was this show called Living for the Weekend.
I've
Hmm,
heard of
I
that,
heard of
I
that.
think.
So it was
Yeah.
like how they used to have like Living for the Weekend. What was it, a Triangle?
Yeah.
Oh
I was
yeah.
watching those
Hmm.
kind of shows, and I was in Atlanta at that time. This was my first year in Atlanta, so I was watching those kind of shows, and then the come up popped up in my not even the come up Bad Boys Club popped up in my recommendations, and it was the season that Quay was on, and I started watching then. Then I watched all of those, and then I went to the come up. And I was like, "Oh my god, I love this!" So that I actually followed Karan. I DM'd, and I was like, "I want to be on your show one day." I was like, one season. And I think they had probably just finished airing like the last episode of Atlanta first season. So he was like, "Well, when I post the casting, just be on the lookout X, Y, and Z." So, child, months and months and months later, he finally posted the casting, and I was like, you know what? At first, I was like, I'm not gonna do it because like I said on the show, I don't have a lot of gay friends. Like I have one gay best friend, and I had like maybe two that I just was like associates with. Like I didn't even hang around gays. I had never been to a gay club, any of that. It was just never like my scene. So I said I want to do the show just to kind of like broaden my horizons, open up a little bit, bring myself out of my own shell, so that I could just be around people and kind of not be so is it introverted?
Introverted.
Introverted, yeah.
That because I'm not a people person, honestly, which is crazy because I do hair, so I'm working with people all the time. But I feel like it's different when it's your job versus your personal life. So I was like, let me join the show or try to join the show and just see where it'll go. So I did everything I had to do, and I got a call back, and then it was like some more things I had to do, and then I got the email saying that I had been casted to be on season 2. So that's how I became a part of the show.
What was your first time reading that email? Like, oh shit.
I still had it. I screenshotted it. I still had it because it was like I was excited. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to be, on the show." I was happy. So my first thoughts were, I was ready. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm excited. I'm gonna get to meet X, Y, and Z," and I thought it was gonna be so great, and it was just the complete opposite. It was the complete opposite.
What you mean? The complete opposite?
So okay, let me elaborate. So being on the show was great itself. But as for me, I don't do drama. So being in the drama was the part that I wasn't ready for. Like I had told Karan, I was like, "Oh, Karan, I don't even know anybody in Atlanta. So, I'll have my input on certain conversations, but I won't really be in drama." And it was like 2-3 weeks in the filming and I was in the drama. So I was like, okay, well, what did I sign up for? So yeah. So that's why I would say it was like the complete opposite. Shit. I'm sorry. That's why I said it was like that's why I said it was like the complete opposite of what I thought it would be. But I mean, I love doing the show, but I didn't expect to get into any drama. When I say any, like I just was like, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be cool with everybody, and it didn't happen that way, which is fine. I'm dropping stuff. I'm sorry.
At least it's natural. This is natural because like producers and even the cast members, when they're coming together to put together a season of a reality show, everybody has, an expectation of what they think the show is going to be like, how it's going to go, how it's going to move. And then life just says, fuck you, we're going to go this way.
Yeah.
So it's completely different.
That's why I say it was like completely opposite of how I expected everything to go. Like, not even close. But I mean, I'm grateful for the show because I met Chris. I'm really close with her from season 2. I'm close with Quay. Dion and I started off bad, but we're really close now. So I'm grateful for the show. I'm grateful for everything that happens. Like it all happened for a reason. So I'm just taking it in one season at a time, child.
So it's the 3rd season. All right, we'll be waiting for this 3rd season.
Yes, Lord.
I'm not gonna get in trouble for saying that.
No, Karan know what's up.
Oh no, I was saying like I had already asked, could I like say that? So yeah, I'm not gonna.
Oh, so he's already. Oh, well.
I am.
So, what was your, approach to season 3 as opposed to season 2?
Oh, listen, when Karan told me that I was coming back for season 3, which is probably like maybe like a month or 2 after we filmed season 2's reunion, I was like, okay, great. So he was like, I want you to come back. We love what you brought, season 2, X, Y, and Z. So then when it was actually time to start getting, what we want to film for season 3, like, planned out or whatever, I was like, Karan, this season, I'm not going to be quiet. I was like, I'm going to say what's on my mind. Because I felt like season 2, so much was going on. I mean, I had opinions on a lot of things that was happening, things I could have said, but I was just like, I kind of just want to sit back and not do too much. But in the end, I feel like that kind of made me look like I was just getting walked over in certain situations. So I was like, that's not going to happen again. So whatever comes to my mind, if it's not super crazy, it's going to come out. So I told him, I said, going into this season, I'm going to be way more outspoken. So just be prepared for that. And I think that this season I actually show more of my personality. I cannot talk tonight. What is going on? I actually showed more of my personality
You sure ain't
because
nothing in
I'm
that cup?
nothing but damn cranberry juice. That's the problem. What is happening right now? So because I actually with my friends, let me say it this way, with my like close friends, people that know me, I am a very sarcastic person. I can't help it. It happens, like how me and Dion talk to each other on the show, like bitch, like how we talk is how we talk off the show. So it's like for people to see our friendship on the show, they felt like I was doing the most or not being my genuine self. And I'm just like, no, that's just really how I am once I get to know somebody. So it's like season two, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have to give you all of me. But going into season three, I have a relationship with Quay now. I have a relationship with Dion. I didn't have a relationship with Darian at the time, so it's just like if you look at my scenes with Quay and Dion, it's the most natural because it's like we have a friendship outside of the show. We have a bond outside of the show. So it's gonna be more than what you would see with somebody I just met two weeks ago. Like it's not gonna be the same. Did I answer your
That's
question or did I
true.
like go left?
Very
Oh
true.
no, I mean that was
Okay.
it.
No,
That
that's true
was
though.
it. Now I almost want to be like, so what are you gonna do for the next season? How are you gonna approach the fourth one since we here in
Season
the present, in
four,
the now?
one thing I can 100% say I'm going to do is you're going to see way more business, like personal life from me. Like, not just group drama or, X, Y, and Z. Like, you're going to see more of House of Milan. Let's just say it that way.
Mm. We say that now. We say, oh yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
be I'm
I
gonna be showing
no.
work scenes.
But honestly, when we filmed season three the first time, I had a lot of stuff. Like I had did a
Oh,
class
okay.
at my school, the school I graduated from, my hair school. They asked me to come back and teach a class. We filmed it for the show. I had did one of my very popular clients for the show on the show, but it's like the footage got taken. So it's just like when we came back to film again, my schedule was already set to be elsewhere. So it was a miracle that y'all saw me as much as y'all did this season because I wasn't in Atlanta. I was gone. So it's
Well.
just like I know for me going into the next season, I'm showing. Which I mean, I did that this season too. It's just you didn't get to see it. So this time you actually get to see it. Season four, you'll really get to see
Mm,
it.
okay. Well, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. So, with all of this, what would you say is the best thing to come out of being on the platform?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say the best thing would be the friendships that are real. Because I feel like I have a real friendship with Quay. I feel like I have a real friendship with Dion, Chris from season two. I think that despite all of the drama that goes on within the group, us being able to come together in some type of way and have some type of common ground is more, it's just bigger than the drama. Like it's gonna be drama. It's a group of gays. That's to be expected. But I feel like, the friendships that each of us take from the show, whether it's me, Quay and Dion, or Messiah, Judy, and Anthony, we all can say, well, if nothing else happened on this show, I got a good friend out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that's like
Hmm.
for me, that's the top thing. And on top of like, the notoriety and stuff like that. That's always great.
So this is cute to be like considered a real like public figure where people are like, oh, I know you from such and such.
And
So,
that's so weird to me because, like I said, I'm not a people person. So if I'm not doing your hair and you just come up to me and be like, "Oh, hey, I know you," I'm just like, "How? How do you know me? Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And I'm just kind of guarded because it's just like, I don't know. I can't get everybody's energy if that makes sense. I have to
mhm.
protect myself. So it's just like not saying I would be a bitch to somebody that walked up because there have been people that have came up to me. Like I was on the phone with Karan before we filmed the reunion, and this guy came up to me in American Deli, and I was just like, I'm just honestly trying to get my food, but yeah, that's me from the show. Looking crazy, hair wasn't done or nothing because it was the reunion was the next day. I ain't got my hair braided. I'm out here with some mismatched clothes on. I was like, yeah, this is not it. I don't even know how he knew it was me because I had on a mask.
Listen. Oh shit.
Enough,
Is
you know.
oh.
Jamar
Uh-oh.
froze.
StreamYard, StreamYard,
Okay, there you go.
StreamYard.
There you go.
Oh
Don't you
my
try
god.
me. You've been doing real good for about 20 minutes. Don't try it now.
It's messing up on you
Shit.
already.
It ain't StreamYard for me. It's
It's
my head, child. That's why I'm so damn quiet. This head is pounding, child.
Oh, you got a headache?
Yes. Oh my
You could
god.
have rescheduled if you didn't feel good.
No.
see.
I t- I told Jamar we should have did this Friday, not today. But
It wasn't gonna work for me on Friday, so I was like,
well, it wasn't gonna work for me
we
on
gonna.
Friday either. Since we're
See,
just
he was
throwing
the
it
one that
out
proposed
there,
Thursday. He
yeah, I was like
proposed. I
Thursday
think he
because I get off at this time, so I'm
no.
free. Yeah, I'll be working all day tomorrow.
I'm still trooping along, but I'm just like, oh my
And we
God, my killing
You go
me.
go take
it's
you
the
a
job.
BC.
I just took
Okay.
2 Advils before we
That ain't
came.
enough. It ain't strong enough. You need some more.
Oh Lord,
Advils do
we'll send the
absolutely
hands of
nothing for
prayer in
me.
her direction. I don't know. It
Okay.
depends. It depends. But from last season, up to this season, how are you and Darion able to sort of get to the place that you are now?
um, I honestly think that because it had been so long, and because we never had a really big issue, it was easy for us to just be able to say, okay, let's have the conversation. Let's move on from it. Whether we be cool after or not, we can have the conversation and figure out what the issue is. And then on top of that, Leon was like pulling both of us in, like, listen, you my friend, this my man. We hang out, so you'll see him. So it's just like, well, we will be around each other. So y'all need to have some type of conversation so it won't be awkward or whatever the case may be. So I wasn't like reluctant to have the conversation. I just didn't know what to expect from having a conversation with Darian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I understood that for real.
Everybody felt like I was being so snappy with him, but I don't feel like I was, honestly.
No, it
Like from
wasn't.
reading the comments.
It wasn't snappy. It was hilarious. You was like, "What have I ever done to you, Darion?"
I see that's how I say like I'm so sarcastic and it comes out so naturally. It comes out so naturally because I really want to know like, okay, but what did I do? Like, you're saying X, Y, and Z, but shit, I didn't do nothing. Like if you go back and watch last season, I did nothing at all. So help me understand. But I'm glad that we were able to have the conversation and we're like in a way better place now.
Well, that's good, especially compared to where y'all was last season, because that
Oh
was
yeah,
something.
it was awful. It was awful. I was like, this is my first season. I'm going through
Ghetto.
all this shit. Right. I was like, this is
Right.
not how it's supposed
Ghetto.
to be.
Well, this season it was revealed. Of course, I have to be the one with the messy question. But this season, it was revealed that you were involved with Leon in some
Right.
kind of way. So tell us in your own words what really went down between the two of you.
Okay.
Because
So I
folks trying
can't
to put you on
go
blast on that
too
show.
in. You said what?
I said, because folks are trying to put you on blast on that show, child, and we needs to know what happened.
Yeah, that's fine. So I can't go too into detail because me and Leon and I both broke it down at the reunion. But I can say that what happened between Leon and I, we were in high school. It has not been recent at all. It was 2015, 2016. It's 2022. So, and we never fucked. We never had sex. Like we never fucked.
Yeah.
So that's that. I'll leave it there, and we can see the rest of the reunion come
I was
out.
about to say, so no, 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4.
Listen, so it was 6 years ago, 7, 6, 7, whatever. Wasn't recent. That's all I'll say.
He said 5, 6, whatever.
Right, but it wasn't recent. It wasn't one.
Yeah. That the way they was trying to make it seem like it was
Yeah.
yesterday, but
Yeah, listen, like it was 2 weeks ago.
Because I
right.
was like, oh, that is messy. I said, wait a
Everybody when
minute.
Judy said that, everybody was like, "Wait a minute, Mulan." I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." I was like, but I was like, I'm not about to stress about this shit because I know it's old, but it's just like I don't get why y'all bringing it up, but have at
Right.
it.
Television.
Well,
Have at it.
navigate us through the whole Anthony and Pyro altercation from your perspective since you was there, because watching the show, it seemed like it happened so fast. So
No, that's
how
how it happened.
up
No, no lies, no sarcasm. We were out there all of 2 minutes. Because at first, like the whole cast was inside. It was like a networking event. So we were all inside, talking, mingling. telling people what our business was. They had like a photo shoot booth, a makeup booth. Like it was a lot of good stuff going on. But besides what made the episode, so the producers called us outside. They wanted to do a scene with the whole group without everyone else. We were out there literally 2, if not 3 minutes, and the argument started 30 seconds in because how it happened on the show. As soon as we got out there and everybody was out there, Darian said, "Hey, mad bitches," or whatever he said. That happened like as soon as we got out there. That wasn't like 5 minutes later. It was 30 seconds in. So that happened, and then it was like this side versus this side, and then the fight happened. It literally happened that fast. There was probably nothing to edit out because it happened so fast. It was crazy. My perspective on it though is, I don't feel like it was right. Of course, I've said this to Darian. I told him and Leon, I said, you can't put your hands on nobody else. Like how Nene did Porsche, I said, you cannot put your hands on nobody else. Okay. And we had like a long conversation off camera because the cameras had left at this point. I was like, you can't. I was like, you're changing. And honestly, when I had my conversation with Darian and like things that we was filming, I felt like he had changed because he just had like a whole different personality to me. It was like a different side of him that we didn't get to see in season 2. So I'm like, okay. And he had told me and Quay at the kids drive, he was like, I don't want to fight with Anthony. He was like, I was just, pushing his buttons because he's new to see what he's going to give X, Y, and Z. So I don't think that the fight was something planned because nobody really thought that was going to happen. But I think it's just like in the moment, everybody's arguing and stuff was said. So it just went left, like I said, in less than damn 2 minutes. It was like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It looked like
you see my ass stayed out the way, honey. I was sitting up there on the couch. I wasn't getting hit. I wasn't getting drowned in nothing again. I said, I'm gonna sit my ass right here till they get on the floor. And then I'll stand up. Get your ass off the porch. Then I'll move. I was sitting up there with Quay.
It was so much because I'm just like, okay, so they get into it. Anthony got pulled off the porch. They tussled on the
little
ground.
balcony thing. Yes.
Judy came over, tried to break it up, and after they broke it up, now Messiah done got into it, saying what he gonna say.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wait, how did we get here? Like this all it was so much.
Yeah, that's why I say it went left like so fast. I can't even explain it. It happened so fast. Like me and Quay was in shock. We was like, what the fuck? Because nobody was expecting them to fight. I expected them to argue. Like we always expect the argument, but you never expect to fight, especially the way that fight happened. So it was just like, damn, I hated that for them, honestly, on both parts. So you see,
once the drink gets thrown,
I knew it was over. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop cursing. Forget when the drink was thrown. When he went and got it, I said, it's over. I saw him walking with it. Because I could see. It was like the little table was right behind the balcony. I saw him walk over there because it was where Leon stuff set up. And I saw him walking back with it in his hand. I was just like, And then he got up there and he threw that shit. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus. It happened so fast. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It looked like it was. So when you were giving Dion the tea about what Messiah said, did you truly believe that he wouldn't repeat it to anyone?
Yeah. I really did. I was like, bitch, don't say nothing. I was like, because if you say something, you gonna get hit again for bringing it up being messy. So we had the conversation. I was like, bitch, don't bring it up. And lo and behold, and me and Dion had this conversation. Dion brought this shit up when I was not even in the room. I was in the bathroom because that little harness thing I had was about to take my ass out. I was over there choking. If you go back and watch, there's one scene. I think Karan left. He did leave it in. Anthony was taking it off, adjusting it because it was so tight. So then I went to the bathroom and just like let it hang for a while we was filming. He told them that when I wasn't even in the room. So that's when I came back. I'm like, okay, what happened? I left, everything was good. I come back and y'all all got attitudes. What's going on? What did I miss? And I'm just like, that's why I was just sitting there with my drink like, now bitch, I just told your ass, don't say nothing. And here you go, starting shit.
Right.
Now Dion could hold water.
I trusted my friend though.
But you have to know your friend. You have to know your friend.
Dion had been sick most of the season, so he had to come back with the jump off.
had to come back and shake it up, and he was gone most of the season, so I had to fill him in. Shit. So listen, child, it was crazy. I don't. Yeah. Mm-mm.
So after he's, spilled the tea, that whole moment happened. Do you feel like Judy Doll, being that Messiah was her friend, was trying to deflect off of his drama with Leon and tried to direct it towards you by saying, "Did you tell him about your tea?"
Yeah, in a way. I think I said that at the reunion. Yeah.
Mm.
I do, because I mean, my situation was old, and I said I don't like how y'all are making it seem as if I was going around telling the whole group what was said when the whole group was there. The only person that was not there to hear it was Dion. So of course I feel him in. He's the only person I told, you don't see me on camera telling anyone else. And so it's just like, and the thing is, when I said it, it slipped out on camera. I was not going to tell Dion, but it was like one of the producers I'd say at the reunion, I was like, this is my first time getting produced on the show where somebody said, well, just go on and say it, X, Y, and Z. So I was not going to say it, but it slipped out in the midst of me just telling him everything that was going on after the fight. And then we had stopped filming for like a good 3 minutes, and the producer was talking. He was like, well, Mulan, it's gonna come out anyway. And I was just like, I'm not saying that shit. And Dion was like, well, look, you're gonna either say it or you're not. What we doing so we can go home? And I was just like, all right, I say it. So then cameras back up, and I was like, so yeah, bitch. And he said it. So then I went on and said it. But the first time I really caught myself, because it was like, damn, I didn't want to be the person to bring it up, even though we all knew it was like an elephant in the room. Everybody knew what was said, but it was just like, I don't want to be the one to bring the shit up, because I had just said the episode before, I'm not saying shit. So it was just like, yeah, not my best moment on the show. Look, not my best moment on the
But
show, but
necessary. But
But
necessary.
necessary. Cause
yeah,
who knows how it would have came out if you didn't say none at all.
exactly. But it was like, I didn't even
So,
tell, Darian and them, production told them, how you saw it on the shows, how they found out. But it was like, I think that in the moment because Messiah said it more than one time. He said it back there when we were all in the back, and he said it on the clip that was actually shown on the show. So he said it more than one time. So that's why I'm saying, like, everybody heard it, but it's just like,
mm,
I don't think that they really grasped it because they were so busy trying to get at Messiah. So it didn't really register. So yeah, it was it was
So
quite an eventful day.
I don't this question might be, it might be too soon to ask you because, based on, being at the reunion.
this reunion stuff is getting on my nerves because I want the tea.
What is it? Oh yeah,
The
you were at the
reunion was what it was.
reunion.
Sure was. I
He
absolutely
surely was.
was.
Oh
He made
yeah,
sure
so
to
some of the stuff
he
I've
sure
said. Look, you know.
he surely
but
was.
but I have to but we
God.
have to
Surely
ask these
was.
questions as if I wasn't. So
So you ask me, and if I can't answer it, then I'll just say I can't answer it.
what would you how do I if I want to rephrase this question
Yeah.
anyway?
Look, get the
I
word
don't
in
think there's
right.
any
Get
other
the word
way.
in
I
right.
don't think there's any other way to go to, like, what would you say right now that you guess what would you think is Judy Doll's issue with you? What do you think Judy Doll's issue with you might be?
As of right now, nothing, because we had the conversation prior to. I had no idea, other than because we did have a conversation on live, so I can say this much. Other than her feeling set up about the Sky situation, I didn't know any reason why we had issues other than that. Which I didn't know that was an issue until I watched the show back with her, like, because she didn't know that I knew. But honestly, from that standpoint, I just felt like I just didn't want to be in it, so I'm not gonna say nothing. And it just was what it was. I don't want to be in it, so I ain't saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we had the conversation about it. So it was like, I get her standpoint, everything that she said from it, but it's like I still kind of feel the same. Like, I just didn't want to be in it, so I didn't want to say nothing. But I understand how you feel.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I have more questions on that later on, I believe, because I was just like that whole because I think because of the whole lost footage thing, it made the season in some parts hard to digest. Okay, so I feel there's much missing context here.
Mm-mm. Because the first season, Judah didn't have any issues. We were cool. We didn't have no problems.
Mm.
The first season, me and Darian still didn't have issues, which we didn't in the part that aired either. I didn't have issues. The only person I had issues with first time we filmed was the person who's not on the show anymore. So a lot of things that may seem like it's missing pieces, it don't even correlate with the first season because it's kind of like we started over.
I
Like we just
hate that
said,
that.
okay, we're starting over, and this is where we're starting from. Whatever happened, happened. We're not talking about it because it's old, not gonna make sense. We're starting new. So that's how it was.
That's the season 3 that we deserved. That is the season 3 that we
I feel
deserved.
like had it been both, had we had all of that footage, like what was stolen and what aired, it would have been sickening. Business for everybody, because I that's one thing I can say. The first time we all were doing a lot of good shit. Like business drama was good because I had my issues, Judy had hers, Messiah had his, Darren had his, Dion had his. We all had like it was some other shit going on, but it's like it's gone, so it's no use in talking about it because it's not gonna make sense. So we're starting over. But had we had like both of those combined, it would have been over with. We would have still been airing right now. We probably would have been just
I'm
now at
sure.
like the mid-season stuff. Like it
Pretty
would have been
much.
a lot.
I had went to one of y'all's tapings by accident.
Not by accident. What did you
It was
come
before.
to?
He
It
was
was.
there though. He
It was by
was.
accident because a friend of mine, Carl, was performing with Sky's friend Barry on a showcase one time, and I think I want
Darian's
to say
event.
Messiah.
Yep.
Not that one. Not the one that was at the because that one aired. That one
No.
aired. Oh, there's a different one.
The one that you're talking about is the one that did not air. It was at
Were you
what is
there?
that fucking yeah.
It was that large. It was a very large space.
It was very long too. And
Yeah,
it had the
in the
strippers in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
didn't air. That didn't
I
air.
was there.
Yeah, but yeah, we were filming that night too. See that was
Okay.
Darian's event. Darren and Leon's event. So that was like one of their events. Like everybody did the music. So like we had a lot of good shit going on. Like that would have been really good
Mm,
to see because at that point it was kind of like calming down. Like because we were almost to the end of the season. We only had like 2, maybe 3 weeks left of filming, and we would have been done. So everybody was kind of like calming down. Some more stuff probably would have happened later on, but at that point we were all in a cordial space, and it was going good. So I hate that that
I
happened.
I just remember thinking like because I was there with Sky and me and Sky are cool and I'm just like this is a very young set of people. I'm like all of these look like
Yeah,
babies.
we're young.
I'm looking like at
Don't say
Messiah.
that. We look. Don't be saying all that. We look like we their age anyway. So
I
just
mean that's still the truth, but it's still the fact that you could tell. I was like these are babies.
Yeah, because people don't think I'm 25, but I'm 25.
Mm, look, and let me tell you to enjoy it while you can.
I'm
Oh
this.
my
I'm
god.
32. 32. I know you probably don't believe that, but I'm 32.
Ooh, I was 25. I turned 25 in
How old are you,
2015.
Jamar?
I'll be 33 next
Uh,
month.
I'm 31 right now.
Y'all don't look that old. I mean, it's not old, but you know what I'm saying. Like y'all don't. You're not old, but you
Just
don't look that old.
drag me while you write this. But no. So where are because throughout the season, you and Messiah had like a love-hate relationship, if that's what
Which
you
is
want to call it.
crazy.
It was very strange. I was like, are you friends? Are you not?
Do
There's
y'all
some
want to sleep with each
shade.
other?
I know
No,
I
see, and
would.
Scotty starting stuff. We never, ever crossed that line. The thing about it is the first from seasons y'all don't get to see this. The first season, from the first season 3, me and Messiah were like just like this. Every scene I filmed, it was with Messiah or Dion and Quay or just me and Messiah by ourselves. We were always on the phone after filming. I was at his house before, he was at my house. Like we went out to eat before. So it was just like we were really close. So coming into the season that you actually saw and we started having issues, that's why it was so much tension because it was like, damn, bitch, we really were close. So why we can't just talk about these? You know what I'm saying? So it was coming from that. And I think that people kind of mistook that for us fooling around, but we never fooled around.
Where do you guys stand
Ever.
today?
We're good. We're good. We are.
Okay.
We are. We're good. Look, I can't say too much because after the reunion, but we're good. Like we're good. We had a long conversation. We're back texting, so we're good.
I wish I could get Messiah ass up here.
You can just DM him. Oh, you talking about like right
But
now?
his no, well, I mean that would be great too, but
Yeah.
but he said his phone is having a situation with the camera and it wouldn't look
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. He can use my mom's
damn.
phone. He can come over here and use my phone.
Now why are you
Well,
playing? This is recorded now.
No, I'm
So
being
you
for real. I no see what I mean. You think I'm being shady? I'm being for real. He could come
no
over
no
here
no
and use
no.
my phone.
I mean like that means you can't renege on that. That means if I DM him after this or even during this and be like, hey, could you go to Messiah's house and use his phone for this interview?
I don't care. That's
You
fine.
can't be like, oh no, I didn't say that. But like,
Look, I don't
and we
forget. Used to the
and we
cameras
ain't
being
cutting
on.
none out. We ain't cutting nothing out either now.
It's live. You can't.
okay. So
It's a way to do it.
Messiah.
It's a way to do it. All I gotta do is go back and download this shit and then edit it out now. But I ain't doing
Oh
all
Ain't
that.
nobody
no,
doing
look,
all
it's
that.
fine.
No.
It's
But
fine.
okay, so what exactly happened at Pyro's event where Judy felt like she was gonna get jumped by Scott and his friend? Like what exactly happened?
What you mean?
Like,
The turn of events. Like,
yeah.
were they because it looked strange on camera because like all of a sudden, like were they called to be there? Like like what were they even doing there? Like did she felt like she was set up? Like did she not know? I was kind of like, wait.
Right. Well,
Oh,
so she did not know that Scott was coming. No, because I didn't tell her, and then Darian didn't tell her either. So no, she didn't know that he was coming. They had issues that were still overlapping from the first time we filmed. So you didn't get to see that part. So that could be like a missing piece, but they had, some issues, so they're not cool at all. As far as the other people coming with him, I didn't know that they all of them was coming either. I don't even think Darian knew all of them were coming, and Judy definitely know that any of them were coming. So from her standpoint, it's like, okay, I already have issues with this person, Sky, and he's come with all these other people. What are y'all coming to do to me? Because from the last time we saw each other, it was giving this. So is it giving this again with a group of people? So I mean, I get her standpoint from that perspective. That's
I
mhm.
yeah.
know that this don't have nothing to do with the question at hand, but me and Jamar is just so intrigued by the fact that there was a season 3 before this one, and there's so much stuff that we don't know. What exactly was the issues that you had with Scott, if you can elaborate? Because I cannot see y'all having no
I
issues.
want to know Judy's too.
Yeah, I want to know.
Um, I won't speak on Judy's. You'll have to ask her. And I also won't speak on mine because I don't give a damn anymore. But it was for me. I didn't know why we had issues either, but there were a lot of things that went on that I knew about that perhaps that person didn't think I knew about. So I'll leave it there. Like, no bad blood, but we just don't, because we left off like once we had we had a conversation and we're fine. We just haven't talked since then. Like since we had our conversation and talked about the issue, we haven't talked since we stopped filming. But as far as why we had the initial issue, I have no idea and don't care anymore.
Karan, I know you have this on someone's Google Drive, somebody's
Uh,
OneDrive, something somewhere. I was like, this
Because
is the
I'm
season 3
dying
that we
to know.
deserve.
I am dying to know. Um. Well. Oh, okay. So, from your own words, can you confirm? Can you confirm that you did not try to set Messiah up by having Pyro in the back room?
yeah, I can't confirm that. I didn't. So the thing about that situation is, um, they knew that Leon was going to be there because I
Mhm.
told them the night before that he was going to cook the food. So this was no surprise to anyone. And when I say the night before, I mean the night before the lingerie party that looks like it was a week later, that was the next day. So they knew that Leon for a fact was going to be there. I myself Jamar can attest to this. He was at the reunion. I myself did not know that Darian was coming. I really did not know. But when he was there, I was like, "You're not gonna be out here with us." I was like, "So are you gonna sit in the truck, or are you just gonna sit in my other room because I have a 2 bedroom?" And he was like, "Well, I'll just sit in the back until my friend come get me." Like his friend was coming to pick him up. So no, I did not set them up because, and for one, excuse me, I don't do drama, and I definitely don't do it in my house. So yeah, I didn't want to get put out for these
Okay.
bitches. Don't do it at my house.
I was
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't a
oh, I
setup.
would have
I know
got,
it
I would
looked
have,
that way though.
oh.
Like I even said to Karan after we had wrapped for the day because we stopped filming like it was supposed to be way longer than what it was. We had just like it was like okay, it's a wrap. Let's stop. And so I had told him I was like, "This is gonna look bad, huh?" He was like, "Yeah." I was just like, "Shit." But it was like it was nothing I could do. You know, it was done. But I knew, you know, I know me. I knew me. And then I had like messages, you know, because I had told Anthony. I told Anthony, I said, hey, Darian is here. He's supposed to be leaving in a little bit. You know, I don't want you to feel set up. Like I had the whole message thread and everything at the reunion. So it was just like, you know, I didn't try to set them up, no.
Well,
Baby,
I
the
figured.
girls came with receipts, baby. People were prepared for that event, let me tell you.
Well,
Oh,
speaking
goodness.
of the reunion, that's my next
Mhm.
question. What can you tell us about the upcoming reunion? Upcoming reunion, and how would you describe it in 3 words?
um, stressful for me. Um, shocking for the fans. And entertaining.
Okay, I have a
Stressful,
follow up.
shocking, and entertaining. Uh huh.
I have a follow up. I have a follow up.
Okay.
Who would you say was the best dressed and then the worst dressed?
I'm not answering that.
You can absolutely answer this question. You
Nope.
can absolutely answer this question.
I cannot. I choose not to answer that question, and you can go on to the next follow up question.
Ah!
I will not answer that.
Now you knew he wasn't gonna answer that
Oh,
question. I
but
told
you know
He
you.
what?
knew. He
You
knew.
won't know until you try. You won't know until you try.
I
Child,
love.
you already. Child Jamar trying to dive into his Wendy Williams, and we supposed to be Barbara Walters up here. Child.
Okay, he's trying to get it going. I will say I loved the yellow. The yellow is sickening. Okay, for all of you that don't know, I chose the reunion color. It was my idea. You're welcome.
Well, tune into the Patreon if you want to know my best dress. Then I'm just joking.
Oh, look.
Ah!
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh my God.
Um, so after all this that you've experienced through 2 seasons of going on to the show, what
Mhm.
advice would you give to somebody, that's just going into the show, like Chasing Atlanta just produced like their teaser, their show's about to
It
get
looks
start
so
airing.
good.
And the newbies on the cast, they're about to get propelled into, the forefront. Like what would
Mhm.
advice would you tell them, like, going into the forefront of a new reality show?
Oh shit. Because I feel like you learn new stuff every season. Like as you do it more, you learn more shit and learn more about you. But I definitely number one would always say go in being 100% yourself. Don't go in trying to be Nene, Sheree, Kim. Go in being you. Like leave your own mark so that nobody can read you in the comments and say, "Girl, why are you trying to be like Candy or why are you using Candy Reed or X, Y, and Z?" Like be yourself. Have your own image, your own character. Um, don't take everything personal either because you have to realize you're put in this group with people that you don't know. So everybody's saying something to you or saying something about you, having an opinion on whatever your life is, your storyline is, should not be a problem because you don't know them personally. You don't know them, so don't take it personal. Um, those are I would say those are my top two. Don't take things personal, and always stay true to yourself.
Hmm. I guess so. And this, you probably addressed half of this question as you went in. So, what advice would you give to somebody who's getting into the beauty industry, not just reality TV, but the beauty industry?
I don't think I answered that one. So getting into the beauty industry, I would 100% say stay consistent and don't let procrastination get in the way because I just say this on my interview with TTB. If I was not such a procrastinator, I would be so much further along than I am right now. But I procrastinate too much, so it is what it is. But I know what I need to work on. But definitely stay consistent because there are so many people out there doing it. You don't want to get lost. You
Yeah.
don't want to
Mm-hmm.
post one time, then I'm not going to post 3 months and come back out and still expect to be booked up. No, you need to stay consistent. And I think that people think that just because the hair industry is so saturated that you can't thrive in it, but you can because who is for you is for you. Your clientele is going to be your clientele. People are going to come to you because they love what you do. Everybody can't go to the top celebrity hairstylist. It's got to be somebody to do people that still want to cater to people that aren't in the spotlight in some kind of way. So definitely stay consistent. Don't get discouraged about likes and shit like that because it doesn't matter. Your time is coming. Because I remember it was like a time where I was only charging $20 for a sew-in, and now I charge $230 for a sew-in. So it's like you have to, but that was like in the 8th grade versus now. I'm grown. It's 2022. That was in 2011. So it's like 10 years, almost 10 years later, and I'm where I want to. Well, I still won't say I'm where I want to be because there are so many more things that I could be doing. But I'm doing a lot of things now that I never expected hair to take me to by staying consistent. So definitely
Well,
be consistent.
I'm glad that you mentioned the word consistency because
Mm-hmm.
that's something that Jamar and I always say this to everybody, just about everybody that comes up here. Consistency takes you a long way. And
Mm-hmm.
me and him been doing this separately for years. But together we've been doing it, doing this together for 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to get up off our ass and decide, okay, what do we want to do? Okay, we want to do this. Okay, so how are we gonna do it? Okay, we're gonna do it like that. All right, so let's do it this way. Okay, let's do it that way. Let's make sure we do it this way. Let's do it however. You're gonna do this, you're gonna be in charge of this, you're gonna be in charge of that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And we also have separate things that we do outside of each other, but at the same time, it's like long as you're consistent and you keep your face in everybody else's face, they
It's
ain't
gonna
gonna have
pay off.
it's gonna pay out. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
It's paid off
So
for the
very much so,
it's
because I
paid off.
said, and when I've been going into spaces, like I'm working. Okay,
Yeah.
like I went to the reunion, but I was working. I was
Mm-hmm.
there,
Right.
I
You
was
asked me for an
helping,
interview
my
at the
friend
reunion.
Dominique. I was like, look, tap tap.
Right. That's how you
So
did
I
me.
have
It's
this.
like, I want to get an interview.
So I have this show.
I was like, you want to do it right now while we on break? I really thought you meant like right then
Oh
in that
no, I
moment,
was about to be like one of
like
the
a
girls
little
to be like,
quick,
no, 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 no,
a
no, no,
little
no,
quick
no.
2 minute interview on the side. I was like, yeah, come on, I
Let me
got
tell
time.
you, Jamar's in certain spaces because I'm not in Atlanta yet.
Yet.
But
Oh,
yes,
Scotty,
yet. I'm from um I'm from the ghetto. I'm from Canton, Mississippi. That's why.
child. Ooh. Oh
Have to
God,
do
I
it
told
friend,
her
now.
to get the
friend, are
fuck
you
out.
okay? Are you
I'm
okay? Oh my God, child.
See, somebody
still
that can attest, I've been telling him, get the fuck out the book
You need
with
to
their damn
leave, friend.
sticks and bushes.
But I will say Canton is way better than Jackson. So
here.
let's just let's just get
Oh,
that
now see now that has
let's get
nothing to
that
do with
squared away.
me. If that
Way
hits
better
you,
than
Jackson
Jackson, honey.
girls,
Jackson is ghetto as hell. Okay, and
Yes,
I'll
it
say it.
is. Yes,
Ghetto as
it
hell. You
is.
are like no lie, Jamar. You are liable to be a random person and just get shot at the red light because that's just what
Yeah.
they do. Like no lie, like being 100% serious. They will pull up on you and just kill you at the red light. Like Jackson is very
Real.
dangerous.
so I only have a positive view of Jackson, Mississippi
It
because
better not be Metro.
we was there for
I
maybe
swear.
2 to 3 hours. I was part of a
See,
dance team in college and we performed at Jackson State one time, and that was one of my favorite performances, and we hit it. We hit it.
I went to
So
Metro one time
Then
and
that's the only time you
um
should have been.
and never went back. I don't want to see no goddamn drag show. I don't want to see y'all Jay said I can go to Jackson State, which is right up the street, to see that. I don't want to see any of this. Y'all not that cute up in here. Y'all be smelling like old weed and ass. I went one time and I never went back.
ooh.
Ever.
Well, when you were talking about, you were charging one price, because I wanted to expound on that, because I feel like that's very, very
Hmm.
important for those who are entrepreneurs.
Uh-huh.
When did you feel confident enough in your craft to raise
Whew.
your price?
It was hard, honestly, because okay, let me tell you how it started off. When I first started doing hair, I was doing hair for free. I was doing my best friend hair for probably like 3, 4 months before I started getting other people that would trust me even a smidge bit to be like, okay, I'll let him do a little something, And I was doing it for free because I wanted to keep practicing, perfect my craft, and also get my name out there. But it's like I used to be scared to do it though because I'm like the only person I've ever done this on is my best friend. I don't know these. I don't know these people that's coming to me now. So then I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of good. I'm getting the hang of stuff because my first sew in, I didn't even know how to braid. Like her braids were like loose as hell. I don't even know how to stay in, but I knew how to sew that shit in, so it didn't go nowhere. So that was that. So I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go up. I went up to $20. It was 20 or 25. It wasn't over that. And I was like, okay. I was doing hair in high school. I was getting up. So when I got to like 11th grade, I was like, bitch, you're kind of good. And I was like, you're better than a couple of stylists that are in your city. No shade. So I went up to $45. Ooh, excuse me. So I was like, okay, we cool at the 45. I got out of high school. I want to say when I got to college, that's what made me go up again. Not because I felt like I was ready to, but because I was like, I'm in college. I'm not charging $45 when I'm sewing. So I think I went up to like 65 and 85 because at that time, like lace pieces were starting to get popular. And I was just like, I didn't go up unless I knew I was like, okay, I can't charge this, but my work looking like this. So I was
Right.
like studying how to do layers because I didn't go to hair school till I moved to Atlanta. Like I had already learned everything before I even went to hair school. I was learning how to do layers, curling, like putting volume in styles. Like I was learning all kind of stuff from YouTube, watching day in and day out, so I could get right. And I would go practice on my best friend. So when I was in college, like I said, my major was dance, but I just knew it wasn't for me. So I dropped out of college after like 3 semesters, and I went back home to my mom's house. But then probably like 2 months later, I started working in the salon. I was like, I'm in the salon now. I'm not charging no goddamn $60. It's $100 and up. And then I was in a shop then, so I was learning from other stylists how to do more stuff. So I became it. I never wanted it, but it happened naturally. Like I became a very popular hairstylist in my city and the surrounding areas. I was the only guy that was doing it on my level, and it just it is what it is. So I was in the shop, I was doing it, and then I kept going up. I think I went up to like 125, 145. And then it just kept going up from there, but I never went up unless I felt like it was absolutely necessary or my work was where it needed to be for me to go up. Like now, how I charge $230, so it's just like looking back, it's crazy going from $20 to $230. And some of my like, I actually have clients that come to me from high school, so a lot of them be like, "Bitch, I remember when it used to be $20 to get my hair done. Yeah, but now it's $20 plus 210. Run me the money, girl." Like, and but they know, so it's just like because the work speaks for itself, and it's gonna be a great experience. You're gonna love your hair, and it's gonna last. So I always say, go up when you feel confident in your work. Like when you're confident in your work, go up because you have to think about it. As you go up, your clientele is gonna change. You're not gonna have the same clientele that you have when you were charging $40 versus now you're charging $230. So when I was charging $40, I was doing like my classmates, friends, X, Y, and Z. But now it's like, okay, I have clients that are lawyers, I have clients that are doctors, I have clients that have their own practices and things like that. I have a client who does like traveling CNA stuff, a traveling nurse as a client. Like I have clients that are teachers. Your tax bracket changes. So when you're ready to go up, just know that your clientele is going to change. And it's going to take time because they're going to be like, okay, wait a minute now. Last week it was 185, now you 230. What happened? So, it's gonna probably be a little slow in the mix of changing, but the clientele that comes, they're gonna pay it with no problem. Yeah, I think
That's
I answered
true.
it. I think I answered
That's true, because look, I'm looking at, like, because people be asking me to do their mug, and I'll be like,
it.
It just like
I'm,
just like when people asking me for prices for promotion, like, and we haven't started doing a promotion for anyone yet, so I really didn't know where to start the price out with. I text my cousins in a group message, like, okay, so what should I charge them? Because I
I used
don't
to do
know.
that too. I used to like, do y'all think people still gonna come to me if I go up to this? But I don't ask nobody now. It is what it
I
is.
just
Like
be
my
like, this is what I
wig,
want.
I don't.
Like,
It's just like okay, my wigs used to be like, oh my god, I think I used to charge like $50 to make a wig. It's $250 now. That includes no hair. So it's just like you go up as the time goes on. It's just like my wigs probably like for like a bob used to be probably like $250. My cheapest wig on my website now is $540. My highest is like $1,010. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward because I'm aiming for a certain type of clientele that does not mind paying X, Y, and Z for good quality because it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna get your money's worth. So it's just like now where I am now, I have that type of clientele that doesn't mind paying it. So right now, the price ranges that I'm in now, I'm comfortable and I'm good. Like I don't want for anything. I'm good. So for right now, I'll probably be here for a few more years.
Okay. Now, see, I have a lot of hair of my own, so it's hard for me to. It would be very difficult for me to put this all up under a wig cap.
Oh, it would
But
be. I have clients whose hair is probably the same length as your locks, and it goes under a wig. Like a lot of my clients have a healthy full head of natural hair. We don't play about the natural hair. It's still going to be taken care of under the wigs.
we'll talk after this is done.
We can chat. Look, we can
Because
chat.
if you look, there may be
You.
a financial investment in your future
Look,
if you can make
I'm
that happen.
telling you, I have clients whose hair is long as the weave that they put in. You just have to know how to braid it down. That's the only thing.
This is some thick shit now.
That's
Right.
fine. I listen.
Listen,
You gotta go watch my
talk
videos on
that
my
big talk.
page. Back it up.
Look, we're gonna have to communicate because yeah, we'll talk after this live. Go ahead, go ahead, Scotty.
Oh, my bad. So I think this is the
Scott is his
game
own
portion.
world.
Listen, I was trying to respond to
Child.
somebody in the comments and everything, y'all. So, um, this is the portion of the interview that I love the most, which is the game where we name your castmates and
Oh Lord.
now your castmates. You describe them in either one word or one sentence, or you just say what you think of them, pretty much. Okay, so we're gonna start it out with Quay.
I love Quay. I'll do sentences. I won't do one words. I feel like one word is hard to describe one person. So Quay is that's my baby. Like I love Quay. He was just at my house last week when the finale aired. We watched the finale together. We, up talking shit. I love Quay. You said
Okay,
who?
go ahead,
Next person is gonna be
Oh,
Dion.
Dion, that's my good friend. I think that people don't realize these might turn into paragraphs more than sentences. I don't think that people realize that when Dion and I became friends, it was at the end of season 2. So if you go back and watch season 2, I was not on the finale episode because I was on tour. But when we had our conversation, like at that little bench, we were like, we're gonna leave the drama here. We're gonna move forward. We stuck with that. So you gotta keep in mind that we took a 2-year break from filming the show, but we didn't take a 2-year break from our friendship. Like we talk on the phone almost every day, 3-4 hours type conversations. So when we got back on the show for this season filming, we was like this because we have been talking every day. Like we haven't saw each other. Like so when we saw each other the first time on whatever episode it was when I saw Dion, that was my first time seeing him since the reunion from season 2. So it was just like, but we have been talking every day. So we have a real genuine friendship. So it's just like you can't question his friendship. We've been friends almost 3 years. You just didn't see it. So yeah, that's my good friend.
Okay, so the next person is Anthony.
I think that Anthony is very much a workaholic. I will say that every time I get on his Instagram, he's working. I just saw that he did tags makeup for their cast photo shoot and all that. And I think that he's a really great makeup artist. Actually, we were supposed to do a scene on the show where he did my makeup. I put on one of my wigs, and it was going to be like behind the scenes of me filming content type day, how I do my hair photo shoots or whatever. But we just
Mhm.
never got to do it. It was like at the end of the season, and the day that we were both available was like the day after Corinne had already booked his flight to leave. So we didn't get to do it. But I think that Anthony is a great makeup artist, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Oh, you
Ne-
next. I'm
oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm next.
Next person is Judy Doll.
I think Judah. Who the hell is that? I think that Judy is very motherly in certain aspects. I think that Jamar, you can attest to this from the reunion, how she was talking to
Mm.
Darian, the conversation that they had. I think that she's very motherly. I don't I don't know really where she gets it from, but I think it's very comforting sometimes. Like when we are on good terms, it's comforting. But I mean, we're good now. But I think that she's very motherly, and I think I actually like that about Judy because Judy has I feel like a really soft side that people don't get to see on the show, that she shows more so off camera to certain people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, Messiah.
I love Messiah. So this is the thing. I love Messiah. We just had like on the show like a love hate relationship going on. It was just a little rocky, and I think that comes from well, I know where it came from because we weren't really when the camera shit happened, we weren't really talking versus us talking every day while we were filming. So it seems like it's just like comes off as fake, but it's like when we're not filming, we're not gonna see each other every day. So it's like it's just gonna be different. Like we might not talk every day, but that doesn't mean our friendship is gonna change. Because like Quay and I, well, even when we're filming, we don't talk every day. But when we're not filming, we don't talk every day. But I guess that's where our riff came from because it was like we were talking every day, and then we just stopped talking. But it was like in the midst of all the camera shit going on, I had my own shit going on. So stuff that didn't make it kind of was on the show, but it wasn't really talked about in detail. So it was like I had my own stuff going on as the reasons why I wasn't really fooling with anybody that was on the show. But I love Messiah, and I'm glad that we were able to come to a common ground at the reunion.
And I pair these two people together only because they filmed the confessionals together.
Oh my
Pyro and
god.
Leon.
So Leon and I friendship has not changed. It's been the same since high school. Well, some things have changed. We have been, good friends, and we're still good friends. Like despite everything that happened on the show, how it happened, whatever the case may be, we're still good friends. We don't have any issues. Darian, we don't have any issues as well. Like we had our conversation on the first episode, and despite everything that happened during the season, we don't have any issues either. Like I'm actually in good standing with everybody that's on the cast.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's probably the safest.
Everybody.
You said what?
I said you seem to be in a good place with just about everybody.
I am. That's how I tried to be like that majority of the season. It just got a little messed up sometimes, but I tried to be neutral with everyone because like I liked everybody. Like I didn't want to have no issues with everybody. It's like why have an issue if you don't have to have one? Who wants to have an issue if you don't have to have one? So I wanted to be cool with everybody. I just think that it's sometimes not possible. In certain scenarios, it might not be completely possible. And I just had to learn that. You live and you learn.
I feel like Mulan has had one of the most neutral responses to this sort of question because the last maybe Pyro. I think Pyro was sort of somewhat neutral with his answers as well, but Anthony and Dion were not.
Oh, especially
I actually don't think I watched Anthony's.
Anthony and Dion were not.
Especially
I
Dion.
don't think I watched Anthony's.
Yeah,
because everybody else still kind of have issues. Like I mean, I was in the midst of getting issues. Well, I actually had some issues with some people, X, Y, and Z. But it's like it wasn't so big to where we couldn't come back to a good place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but shit always happens. So we're great now, but who's to say when we start filming for whoever else is returning? Because I don't know. Who's to say where we'll be when that time comes? So we'll just have to try watch and see. I hope that I'm good though.
Aren't you a Capricorn? Somebody just asked what sign you are in the chat.
Yes, my birthday is December 28th. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Oh, I have another friend that's birthday is December 28th. That's crazy.
Yes, the best sign, honey.
I don't know about all that now, but
I mean, well, let's be clear. Jesus is a Capricorn, okay? So there's nothing better, okay?
My ex is one of my exes is a Capricorn, so I'm gonna always look at y'all terribly. And Jamar knows.
my ex is a Libra. I don't care. Libras are fucking trash. Scum of the earth. Okay, Libras are trash.
I
and
still
Virgos.
give. I can agree with you, but I will put at the bottom of the barrel, and some of them are my friends, and I love y'all.
At the bottom of the barrel.
But Leos
Oh, I hate
I,
Leo. Oh my
I don't
god.
have any Leo friends. If I do,
As
I do not know if they're Leos.
as far as dating goes, never again.
they
Never
they a
again.
Libra and come talk to me about trash.
What was that?
A
What
Libra,
sign is like what sign is
Libra
right
is
now? What sign is right now?
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
What you got to say?
I have nothing,
Oh, okay.
nothing. No, fuck it. Y'all are shit. Y'all are shit
you
to
only
date,
you only
bitch. My
you
best
only
ex was an
saying,
Y'all,
Aquarius and he
listen.
sucked.
Aquarius want to be
child. I
so.
ain't
Oh
got
my
nothing to do with your
god,
egg. I ain't
this
got
what you
nothing to do
gotta
with your egg.
do. Y'all be the complete opposite. I don't have no problems
All I
with
know is
Aquarius though, but I will say them Libras. A Libra is what had me almost crying at the reunion. Fuck Libras. Like no, I was so mad at myself. I was like, you dumb bitch.
But
what is
Scorpios are
your
terrible.
viewpoint on Scorpios?
They're terrible.
I don't think
Let
I
him
have
speak for
Horrible
any.
people.
himself. Let him
Horrible
speak
I
for
don't
people.
think,
himself. Shut up.
as I can remember, I've only had one
Mm.
Scorpio friend, and he was older. Like he was, I was like a freshman in high school. He was a senior, and we were just friends. So like, other than that, like I didn't have no issues with him or anything. So I don't really have anything about Scorpios.
Good enough for me. So
They're terrible people. Terrible.
But she does a show with me every week.
My mom is retired.
Oh, now see, we'll be here all day.
I
Um,
was reading the comments, and what you're not gonna do is try it. So we can go on to the next one, okay? Because ain't nothing wrong with my mom.
ain't nothing wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Ain't
My
nothing
mom and
wrong
my
with
best
her.
friend are both Tauruses. Tauruses, whatever.
Me and my
Yeah.
mama, we apart, so we both Scorpios. Ooh,
Oh
child.
Lord.
But
Mm.
we're a week apart. Um, so at the end of each of our interviews, we like to ask our guests, did you have a good time? Do you feel like we did our job as the host of the show? Like, give us your feedback.
Yeah, I had a great time. So I think I don't know. I want to get into co-hosting because I feel like I would go so deep, like probably bad deep though. So it might not be the best idea for me to do
Ah,
that because I want to know everything. I'm going to ask what everybody in the room is thinking, like how I did at the reunion. I'm gonna ask what everyone is thinking because we all need to know. The people want to know. So that could be a good thing, and that could also be a bad thing. So I might not need to stick to co-hosting. I might just need to stick to
oh
commenting.
my. Well,
Oh, I love
I'm
this
glad
drink.
that
But no,
you.
I did have a good time. I did.
I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself, even though my ass was sitting up here with the worst headache in the world, and it's just now starting to calm down. At this point, it's just now
You
starting to
should have
calm
took your
down.
medicine at 7, not 8.
I was asleep though. See, see, Jamar and I was on the phone getting the questions together, and I said, when I get home, I'm gonna have to take a nap because I had took.
Procrastination. That
No,
should have
no,
been
that wasn't.
done.
That wasn't it at all. That wasn't it at all because I had to work today. Then we just interviewed Dion yesterday, and then he just told
Hmm.
me yesterday that we was interviewing you today. So there was a lot.
Procrastination. Why he didn't tell you?
I look when you told me, I told him.
Procrastination.
When you told me, I
And when
told
he
him.
told me, I
Cause
had just spoke to
I told
Dennis.
Jamar like Monday, Tuesday,
Let me open up my
Monday.
Instagram
Open them up, baby, because
because
I will go to Instagram as well.
because I
Oh,
feel like you told me.
See.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You told you.
Sunday. I take you back Monday.
It says, "Oh yeah." I didn't, hold on.
Yeah.
Jamar,
Yeah.
don't be lying now.
Where the camera at? Right
But
there.
okay. So he said Sunday. Could you do it on Thursday at 5:30? And I said I had to reply, and he didn't reply until when?
Wait a minute. What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Wednesday, so that was like 48 hours.
Damn.
And see, I had to confirm with my co-host whether or not
You
that
didn't respond.
time.
I really thought that I responded, or maybe I looked at the notification and responded in my head. So I will completely
Mm-hmm,
apologize, honey.
mm-hmm,
I was so like,
mm-hmm,
baby, I'll text you back Monday.
mm-hmm.
What you
I was like,
talking
wait a minute,
about?
hold on.
Because when he told me about it yesterday, I
This
had
is
just
why I didn't. Let me tell you, this is why I didn't, because you had said we usually aim for about 7 p.m. or later on any given day. With there be any day.
Mm-hmm,
Never, never
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Exactly. So
Look, never mind. It's fine. My bad.
yeah,
it's
but
good.
he had literally just told me that yesterday when I was leaving the dentist. So I was leaving the dentist, and that's why I was apprehensive about doing it today. I'm
Your
like,
dentist appointment.
huh?
Your dentist appointment.
My dentist appointment yesterday was at 9. I didn't get out of there till about 12. I was sitting at the pharmacy for about an hour.
And
So
he told you at what time? Because I told him at 9:30 in the morning, which was your 8:30.
he didn't tell me until I was at the pharmacy. That was
So
like at
that's
1.
Hold
it's still
on.
going. It's still going
Hold
back to
on.
tomorrow.
Hold on. We said 9:30 what? Who?
It was 9:36 when I messaged you back and said, "Okay, yes, I didn't know if you did them that late." And I said Thursday after 7. I'll be off by then.
Okay, so
And I
so
text you at
listen.
9 a.m. You text back at 2:45.
Listen,
So you
I'll be
go for 8
working
p.m.
full
tomorrow.
time from 8 to 5.
You
So,
as well.
in my, downtime, I just so happen to check my Instagram and
Hmm
respond.
It's
Okay.
still it's still Jamar's fault. I'm not at
This is
fault.
bullshit. This is bull.
It's really not his fault, to be honest. Like I had to go home and take a nap though. I had to because I had took the pills that the dentist gave me, and it was making me drowsy at work, and I had to take a nap. Then I woke up
See,
with
this
a headache.
too much for you.
he,
You
f-
got a
he, f-
headache. You're at the dentist.
he
Child.
forgot about the dentist appointment and then the medication, all that stuff kind of, it just trickled in. So really
Yeah,
it's the dentist's fault. Let's
that's
say
why I
that.
was. That's why I had got annoyed like a minute ago when somebody came in the chat and was like, "Oh, Scotty, you don't look interested in this interview," and I'm like, "God damn, did I just say I had a headache? Like, it ain't nothing to do with this.
That's
Like,
how it be when I be filming scenes, and if I'm just not engaging with everything that's going on, I be like, well, Milan don't like he interested, he cared. I'm just like, I'm just in my moment right now. Can I just be in my moment for a second? Damn,
I
I might be
can't."
tired. I just got off work and y'all want me to film this scene for 2 hours. I'm tired.
And then told me to be professional because
Oh, I saw a
I don't want
glimpse
to
of
say I
that.
checked her. I don't want to say I checked her, but I corrected her and told her what was going on. I said, I'm being professional by bringing my ass up here while I have a damn brick going against my head and nose right now. Like I don't feel good at all. I could literally just leave Jamar, take myself out, leave Jamar ass up here and let him interview yourself, but I ain't do that. Now that'll be unprofessional.
Okay, lead the whole
And
interview.
Danita,
Okay.
I see you in these comments, and baby, that's something you and Jamar got to talk about.
Janita, me apparently me and your client had to have a conversation first
Wait, what?
before
I don't see the comment. What happened?
Danita wants us to interview their client, and I'm all down for that interview. But then the client had blocked me previously, and said we had to have a conversation. So we have to sort that first, whatever that was,
No,
and then
ma'am.
we can
I'm
move
sorry.
forward.
We can't. It's over with.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry.
I swear it's nothing. It's just. I swear it's nothing. But we just have to sort that real quick, and then we good.
I ain't
You
got,
convincing us
But
or yourself? You convincing us or yourself?
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
shh, listen, are you look? You can't say nothing until you tell me the best and worst dress of that reunion, because you didn't want to answer my
Get it?
question.
You'll never get it.
That's fine because
I'm sure it's in.
you.
I'm sure it's in his group chat at my phone, but he won't be on these lives.
You really ain't even got to tell me because one person told me that we've interviewed, and I already know that that's the common consensus amongst the group. So that's
So with
fine.
that being said, this was a great episode. This was a
Who
great
told,
episode.
who said that? Who said that?
I don't know what you're talking about. You had to go back and watch the episodes.
This was a
But
great episode. This was a great
Don't
episode
think
tonight.
that I won't.
Very great episode. Very great episode. Very great episode. Okay. I would like to thank Mulan for coming up here. We have been waiting for you to come up here all season, as a matter of fact. We have.
Y'all ain't
You was
asked
one of
me.
the you was what look. You wasn't following me, so I wasn't finna be messaging you and you don't follow me.
I mean, he still don't follow me, so
I only follow like 180 something people. I only follow people that I like have been knowing, unless it's like my man or something. It's just like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have to get out of there because I meet a lot of people that I really do be liking. So I need to start following them back. Like I don't think I started
Child.
following Dominique back to like shit. I don't know how I found out he even followed me, but I was like, oh my god, he's dumb. Oh no, because he does the grooming for Diana's dog, and I do Diana's
oh
hair.
yeah.
So I was like,
Mhm.
I know this boy from somewhere. I was like, oh my god, this is Dominique from Taste Atlanta, and then that's when I follow him. So I need to
Yeah,
go
Milan
down.
don't follow. Look, Milan is upper echelon, y'all. He don't follow
I
nobody.
am
Child.
not.
He don't
I'm
follow
just
nobody.
saying.
Child.
However, I do want to ask Milan a question once we get up off of here, real quick, so I can borrow
Okay,
5 minutes of your
let me know you
time.
get a pop here so you can ask him the question. So, like I said, thank you, Milan, for coming up here. Thank
For
you
having
for
me.
having fun with us. We definitely appreciate it. And we're out of here. What the hell? Somebody must have called. Okay,
Don't don't even worry about it.
See,
Don't even worry about
see,
it.
good
you
night,
messing
y'all.
up.
Have a good
Bye.
night.